Guys, in this video, I'm going to be doing a case summary of an incident which occurred between a young man who received some near-fatal gunshot wounds. The man nearly died, which were caused by some gunshots from some police officers. The police officers described this as a high-speed chase or a shootout to the police officer. Let's see what the court had to say about that in this particular video. I'm going to be doing this in two videos. One, we're going to be looking at the side of the claimant, who is the person who brought the action, and then we're going to look at the side of the defendant, the police officers. Then we're going to, in the next video, look at what the law says, as well as the court's analysis of the both sides of the stories, and see what the court ruled. Sounds interesting. If you haven't already, just make sure that you subscribe right below there, and hit that notification bell so you will get the second part of this video. Let's get into this video now. Let's talk about the claimant's account of the entire incident. It was Carnival Friday, and he said that he was climbing with some friends in Malabar. He was driving his father's white panel van, and he decided that it was time to go home. He lived in Cunupia. He jumped into the vehicle and he started to drive home. When he arrived by Piaco roundabout there, he saw some police officers and some police vehicles. And then he heard some loud explosions. He then realized that the police was following him, so he pulled over. He was unarmed. He had no weapons. That was his story. And when he realized that the police was following him and he pulled over, he came out of the vehicle and he started to feel a burning sensation by his back and his belly area. So that is when he realized that he was shot, and then he blacked out. He was taken to the hospital. He had spent 11 days there in the hospital. He was discharged, and then he went to the police station, Aruka police station. They interrogated him for about 2-3 hours. Then he fell ill again, and he had to be taken back to the hospital. He remained in the hospital for 2 days. He was discharged, and he went back to the station, and the police charged him for some offenses. Possession of firearm, possession of ammunition, and 6 counts of endangering, shooting with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. Now that is what happened on the side of the claimant. I'm going to tell you what happened according to the account from the defendant. Now let's get into that. I wonder if I should tell you the police side of this whole incident. Well, you know, on this channel, I simplify the law and make sure you know what your legal rights are. So for us to do a proper analysis, I need to tell you what the police had to say. Let's get into this now. So here it is. The police said that they were driving along the Mausika intersection there, and they saw this white panel van which almost collided onto their police vehicle. As such, they decided to pursue this vehicle. They turned their vehicle around and they gave chase behind this guy. The police vehicle then came in front of the white panel van in an attempt to stop the vehicle, but the said white panel van drove away and started to drive speedily along the road. The police then said that he called the control center so that they could do what they have to do in trying to assist him in stopping this white panel van. Now, the police then said that he realized that there was a person in the back, a passenger in the back of the white panel van, as well as in the front passenger seat. And then the person in the back started to shoot at the police vehicle. So they had about 16 to 20 shots, they said, that had between that exchange. So the police vehicle continued to pursue this vehicle. And then when they arrived by YTC there, around Aruka, they realized that the person in the back, he jumped out of the vehicle and he ran into the bushes. The police continued to pursue the vehicle, and there was a roadblock there. And then the driver of the white panel van skillfully drove around the roadblock. And then the claimant, the young man who got the shot, he started to shoot towards the police vehicle again. And the defendant, he started to shoot, exchange shots. So there was a shootout, apparently. And that is when the claimant got that near fatal shot. He stopped the vehicle, and then the passenger, in the front, he jumped out of the vehicle and he ran off. Police didn't pursue the other two persons, they only pursued the guy who was driving. They came towards him, they realized that he was shot, they took him out, they carried him to the hospital and they supervised him there, they brought him back to the station, and then they eventually charged him for the offenses. That is the side of the police. Now you need to hear the both incidents, the both accounts of the incidents, and I'm going to explain how the court analyzed those accounts in my next video. But let me just briefly tell you what happened. So this man was charged for those offenses, and then after 3.5 years roughly, those matters were dismissed because the person, the officer who charged him, didn't do what he had to do, wasn't showing up in court, etc., and the matter was dismissed for want of prosecution. I did a video about why matters are normally dismissed, some matters in the court. You could check that video out. I did that video with Deru, the Polari master, so you could check that video out. So you guys, the matters were dismissed. So this man had to go to court for all this time. And you see the outcome of the matter. So subsequent to that, he then decided to pursue what we call civil action. He then decided to sue the Attorney General and the police officer, because the Attorney General is responsible, the legal representative for police officers and so. So he sued for assault and battery, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution. I'm going to end this video here, and you start to think about how the court analyzed the facts, and I'm going to explain the law a little more in my next video. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe right below there and hit that notification bell. If you got some value from this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in that next video where we're going to be speaking about the law about this case. Stay tuned.